Hey y'all, welcome in. Pull up a seat and let's get this video started. Hey y'all, I'm not very good at this uploading stuff for content. I'm still learning. I'm still using my iPhone as of right now until I can get my camera, my mic and everything. That way I can do it all of it on the computer. So please bear with me, y'all. This is, and I know I'm a day late and $1 short on it, but I'm just going to go ahead and give my opinion on what Eric said in his video. Okay?
25. Right,
here it is, y'all.
It's been a while since I made a video, and I'll just tell you, there has been so much going on with this drama. I haven't wanted to be attached to it, and I don't know that it's going on unless somebody brings it to me. What is going on right now is a travesty.
Yeah.
But
it's your fault.
I want to do a little bit of talking because there are so many rumors, and this thing is so out of control that I'm going to make a little video right now. Obviously, there's only so much I can say. There's an investigation going on, but I want you to know this. I was the one begging for there to be an investigation.
No, you wasn't.
I have been a cooperating
You was begging
witness
them to
from
go
day one,
and investigate
talking
Patrick.
to the state police, talking to Adult Protection Services.
Exactly.
Whatever you need, I've got it.
Get the
Here you
Whitakers
go.
out of their home.
I've got nothing to hide.
Yes,
I've got all the receipts, documents, text messages, emails.
I'm sorry, I had to stop it right there. Yeah, I'm sorry. He has nothing to hide, and he has receipts. He has nothing to hide. He has receipts. Where have they been? Where have they been since the moment that APS picked up the Whitakers? Why haven't you shown those receipts? Why haven't you talked about it? No, you went into hiding. Is exactly what you did. Because all these videos I seen posted after all this happened, you probably posted, I think, 1, maybe 2 videos. But other than that, people, your buddy, I guess it was your buddy, whoever it was, kept reposting the same thing over and over. And I'm sorry, this is my opinion. This is the way I look at it. Yes, there is a lot of drama. You started it. There is a lot of rumors because of you. Everybody's left in the lurch. Everybody has speculations. Everybody has opinions. Eric, you know what? I said that I would never show you on my channel. But I had to. I had to let people hear out of your mouth what you were saying. Even though I'm sure that people has heard everything that you have said. I'm sure they've seen this video because Toddy One Skip does it. Psychology Eats, she's covered it. Cajun's covered it. That's who I got the video off of. Was Cajun News. It was Cajun News. So I'll tag him to it. But that's who I got the video off of. But anyways, you know, I don't know. You say you love this family. You love this family. Okay. Let me tell you something about love. And I'm going to tell you something. Everybody has the same type of love. No state has a love deeper than the other. No state has a connection to their family than the other. But I'm going to tell you one thing about them Appalachian, however they say it. You know, however anybody says it. I don't care. It's just what it is. I say it Appalachian. But let me tell you something. What I learned living in West Virginia for 10 years. Because my husband come from the same type of family as the Whitakers. Not quite as bad. Not inbred. Not inbred by any means. But they lived like that. They lived poor. They were happy just sitting on the porch with the whole family talking. And even to this day, you could go to his dad's and y'all, you know what, sit outside and on lawn chairs and all day long, happy as a lark. Happy as a lark. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. But let me tell you something. Eric, you went in there. You went in there after Mark did, and after that Tyler Taylor, whatever that boy's name was. Everybody known. Everybody seen the condition of the house. Everybody knew the drugs and all this, that, and the other, the addiction that BJ had. Okay. You're the one, and I don't care what anybody says. I agree with Toddy One Skip when she said, Betty is not the type of person to be confronted with conflict. She's going to agree. Yes, she has intelligence, but no, she's not the type of person who knows how to stand up for herself. I agree with Toddy. She has stayed on that porch for so long with her family, and it's always been just them. There's no conflict. They all, they're just like any other family. They have arguments. But you know what? At the end of the day, they get along. They love each other. They're very close. Okay? Now, I don't blame Betty. I don't blame Betty at all for any of this. I blame Eric and I blame Patrick. I'm sorry, Patrick. I do blame you too. I think you had something to do with it. Or you knew that Eric was going to call APS. You should have stopped him. You should have stopped him. And Eric, you're wrong. You are so wrong. Out of all the videos, and Mark from Soft White Underbelly had been going and seeing this family and video them and taking photographs of them for 20 years. 20 plus years, dude. And not once did any of the followers, anybody, called APS on them. And if they did, APS didn't do a thing. That's why I'm saying you had to have said something. You had to have said something other than they have a hoarder house. They're living in filth. Their house is this. Their house is that. Because I'm going to tell you right now, the inspector... The inspector comes, code enforcer. I'm sorry, not inspector. Code enforcer. You know what their job is to do? To go around. They have cars that says code enforcer on it. They drive around and they look for things out of place or unlivable. If it was deemed unlivable by the state's regulations, if that house was deemed not livable and unsafe for that family, best believe, baby, they would have came in there. They would have had them had them escorted out. And I'm gonna tell you something. They're not gonna just tell you, hey, you got 30 days, get out. No, the sheriff. Yeah, they'll tell you got so many days, but the sheriff and all in all, they will be there to take you out of that property, out of that house. And another thing, I don't understand where this is coming from about this is not Larry and M's property. This property don't belong to them. I don't understand that. Okay? Maybe I can get one of my family members that do know them. Maybe I can get that family member to go down to the courthouse to research that property. My family member knows exactly the address and everything of where they live. Okay? So, I'm just going to have to do that because this is what I don't understand. When you're living in West Virginia, I don't care how old you are. I don't care how disabled you are. Okay? In the state of Alabama, if you're disabled, you are exempt from taxes, from property taxes. My dad was fully disabled. He had congestive heart failure. He had 48 heart attacks. Yes, 48 recorded heart attacks. Like I said, yes, 48 recorded heart attacks. He was deemed disabled by the state of Alabama. He was exempt from property taxes. Okay, but see, in West Virginia though, you have property tax, you have personal tax, you have your car tax, then you have your tags, and no, it's not the same thing, baby. It is not the same thing. You have inspections on your vehicles, on any type of thing like boats, ATVs, all that stuff. You have inspections. Okay, so, and like I said, my husband's lived in West Virginia all his life. He lived in born and raised there. I lived there for 10 years. I was the one that went and paid the taxes on both of our properties. We own 2 houses. And the reason we own 2 houses is because his aunt, before she passed away, she left it in her will for him to have that house. But she was scared that somebody was going to contest it. So what she did is she took it out of the will. She went to a lawyer and she went ahead and gave him the house before she passed. So that way nobody can contest it. But you know what? Owning 2 properties, and and I'll tell you another thing too. I went to go pay the property tax one year, and they said, your taxes are going to go up at blah, 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 blah address. I said, why? I said, well, nobody lives there. And they said, yeah, you're renting it out. You're a landlord. So we're going to start charging you landlord tax. No. Nobody lives in there. The code enforcer went and done his thing and seen that somebody was living in that house. They told us. Okay, so if that's not Larry and Betty's family's property there, the real owners would have been contacted. If they had a pipe going from the house to the river or the little creek behind the house, dumping out feces and urine and what God knows what else, code enforcer would have condemned that house. There would have been no any of that. So when Larry says he had a tank in his RV that he had to get flushed and stuff, I believe that. I know Larry has said a bunch of lies and stuff, but I do believe that. Because when I say code enforcers, they do check things. Oh, baby, they do. They do. Because I'm going to tell you, I knew a person that had a pipe going from their house. Well, anyways, like I said, I knew a person that lived in a trailer. And they had a pipe that went from their trailer to the creek behind their trailer. They got in trouble for that. They had to get either a septic tank or get the city to come hook them up to the sewage. I believe that they have septic there or sewage? I don't know, because see, I've never been out there. I don't know how far down into the holler they are. If there is sewage that runs through there, or if it's all septic. And another thing, Patrick, I don't care what you trying to say, they can put a septic tank on that land. Or whoever it was, if it was that woman, I don't know who it was that said it. I'm sorry, she did not speak to code enforcer about anything. Code enforcement, the courthouse, the city, they cannot give you information about certain things due to privacy acts and stuff by law in West Virginia. Now, however, you can go into the courthouse. You can get deed documents. You can get you can get layouts of the land and all that. Even if they're in a flood zone, a septic tank still can be put there. If that's what they have to have. If they have to have it above ground or a new septic tank, whatever. I'm just saying, if they do have to have one, they can get it done. And it does not matter if they're in a flood zone. Because if anybody knows where Richwood, West Virginia is, all of Richwood, West Virginia is a flood zone. We were going to move there. When we moved from Clarksburg, we were thinking about moving to Richwood so we could be close to some very good friends of ours. And so that way my husband could keep his business in Nicholas County, and because he did farrier on the side. You know, he shoed horses. Who for the ones who don't know what farrier is, he shoed horses. Anyways, we found out, and they tell you when it is flood zone area, that is one thing that the real estate agent does have to tell you. You can build here, you can purchase a home here, but we have to tell you that all this is flood zone. Doesn't mean it's going to flood every single time it rains. It don't mean it's going to flood every single year. It could go 5 or 6 years and never flood. But yeah, it could go 5 or 6 years and never flood. And then all of a sudden, rain for 3 or 4 days, and then boom, it floods. You know, it's just a chance that you take. There's a lot of places in West Virginia that are flood zones. There's a place out in Clarksburg. It's a flood zone. In fact, where my U-Haul is up in West Virginia, where my storage unit is, I say U-Haul, but it's storage unit. It's a flood zone. I did not know that. They didn't tell me that in the contract, which they're supposed to, but they didn't tell anybody that. That's why they had to pay people. And I've still got to go up there and go check out my stuff. But back to the thing at hand. If this is not their property, they would have said something to the owners. They would have been removed. They've been living in that house since, she said they moved into that house when the house caught on fire. The house caught on fire before Mark had went out there. Because remember, Mark said that when he went out there, he didn't remember the house being there. But because Betty said the house had burnt down. Okay? So, that means before 2004, the double-wide trailer that they're living in right now has been sitting there since then. Or before then. Okay? And they've been living in there all that time. You're not going to tell me that somebody whoever owns that property, LLC, I don't care who it is, timber company, I don't care. Somebody's going to come out there. They're going to check on the property. They're going to come out there. They're going to send somebody. I don't know. They're going to send somebody. Anyways, they're going to check on that property. Nobody's went out there. Bull crap. So, I don't know where people are getting their information, and then they want to say that they want these content creators to stop talking about the Whitakers. Let me tell you something. Eric, Patrick, and this new woman, I don't know what your name is, Do Drama Llama, whatever, I don't care who you are. We're going to have our opinions of the Whitakers. Everybody's is entitled. You're not. God, you're not going to sit here and tell me who I can and cannot have my comments about or my opinions about. You're not going to sit here and tell any of us creators. And as far as being monetized, no. I am not monetized at all. Google how many subscribers you got to have, how many likes, how many comments, how many whatever. You got to have to be monetized. I'm not monetized. I'm not doing this because I'm thinking overnight I'm going to get monetized. I'm doing this because this is my opinion. Do I want subscribers? Yes. Am I going to continue talking about the Whitakers? I don't know. Probably not. But I'm telling you right now, what needs to happen is this new woman coming in, being I'm with Toddy. I hope to God I'm wrong. And I hope she is a good person. I hope she's got good intentions. But one, these are elderly people. I've heard that phone call that she made to Betty and Larry. They're elderly people. People, stop calling them and telling them what to do. If you want to help them out, but don't tell them what to do. This is, you know what? If people would have left them alone, we would have had Mark's videos. Did they do Mark wrong? Yes and no. Yes and no. There's reasons why Mark cut ties. And if you go on there and watch his video of why he did, you'll understand why. This is, like I said, this is my opinion. I'm sorry, I get mad. I get mad. I don't know these people. I don't know the Whitakers. It does make me mad that people are using them. And this woman, I have a sneaky, suspicious feeling that she is coming in there, guns a-blazing, like Eric did, because nobody knew who Eric was. I don't care if he's got a podcast. So what? Millions of people have podcasts. Don't mean that every single person knows who Eric is. I don't know him. Never heard of him. And then all of a sudden, boom, I see a Whitaker video. And I'm like, well, who's this scruffy looking guy with a scratchy voice? It sounds like he needs to clear his throat. My husband laughed. It threw me off. I'm sorry. He's in there playing games. But anyways, I just hope, I hope I'm wrong about this woman. I hope she has good intentions for the Whitakers. And if she wants to really prove to us that she's not there to make, if she really wants to prove to everybody that she is not there to monetize and make money off the Whitakers, don't film the encounters. Don't film your day-to-days with them like Eric did. Don't film anything. If you are truly going in there to get them a new double-wide home, and yes, I do agree that a new double-wide or modular or whatever, it does need to go where that camper had burnt. I do agree with that. It should go right there on top of that little hill across the road, and that double-wide be taken out. The one that they were living in. I do agree with that. Yeah. And they should have a canopy there, with some lawn furniture, swings, whatever. Give them a barbecue pit, put their chickens, give them 2 pens. One to put over there, where the chickens can be close to the water and whatnot, and then bring them back across the road when the floods or whatever start happening in their area. Okay, and if you're from West Virginia, you know when your area is going to get flooded. Okay, it's just like Alabama. We have tornado seasons. They have snow seasons. They have flood seasons. But anyways, I don't know. I think I got off track, but I'm sorry. Like I said, I didn't want to show Eric on my channel. I can't stand looking at him. I can tell. I'm sorry, but I know a snake. I can tell a snake when I look at one. He hisses and he pounces. He hides under rocks and logs. I'm sorry, Eric. That's you. I got my opinion, and that's my opinion about you. You can have your opinion about me. I do not care, because your opinion is not going to keep me up at night. Just like my opinion should not keep you up at night. Just like everybody who is making content and having their opinions about you, Eric, and about you, Patrick, it should not keep you up at night. It should not bother you. We are just individual people that you don't know. But that's how you know when somebody's guilty, is when they feel so guilty. They start feeling guilty. They have to come out with I gotta make a lie. Let me see. I gotta get these fake tears going. All that crap that he was doing in that video. Okay. You're gonna say the same thing over and over and over again. Yes, we know you called APS. Yes, we know you ran off with the money. Yes, we all know that you lied about you didn't know where to put the money. Bullshit. You did. You knew where to put it. We're not stupid. I don't know what kind of people that you've dealt with all your life, Eric, but I'm going to tell you something. There are people in here, out here, and we watch, and we listen, and we know, because guess what? We have intelligence. We have, thoughts and opinions and everything else. And like I said, a snake, you're going to know a snake when you see a snake. If it slithers, and it hisses, and it hides, and it pounces, it's got fangs. It's not a freaking duck. It's a snake. I call it like I said, bub. Sorry. Like I said, these are my opinions, and you don't have to agree with me, but drop me a comment. Let me know what you think about it. And give me a like. Share this video. Get it out there. And please, y'all, subscribe to my channel. And if y'all can, go over to my son and subscribe to his channel. I did drop a short showing his channel, what it looks like, and the name of it and everything. So if you can, give us a like, a share, and a subscription. We want to grow our platform. And anyways, I will see y'all all in the next video. I love y'all. I mean it.